Guys, so I've got a lot of these used envelopes. You can see I've cut the stamps off them, and they're quite big, so I wanted to use some of these up. And I've also got a whole bunch of I don't know random bits that I cut out from magazines or books or anything. So, you know, like these are some pictures that were out of a paperback, and you can see they look quite old and quite nice. Random, this was out of an art magazine, but I liked that cliffside. What else? I don't know where this was out of, but I really love industrial type looking things. So machinery and, you know, metal pipes and that sort of industrial look. I've kept that for something. I don't know what, but one day I'll find a use for it. Maybe a guy's journal. So, you know, some Reader's Digest books that I've pulled apart. You know, inside there's sometimes pictures. These are just out of magazines. Flower pictures that on their own, they're not actually that nice. You know, maybe this one is, but, you know, this or this. But sometimes when you rip them up and include them in other stuff like collages, they're quite nice. So what I'm thinking about doing is just making some flower collages, just because I seem to have quite a few of these. And I did come across a bunch of gardening magazines in that curbside cleanup haul. See, this one's nice, but something like this, roses, I wouldn't use that myself, just because it's not my style. I love the gardens, but I'm just going to pull out any kind of flowery stuff out of here for now. I may not use it all, but sometimes I cut out stuff like this just because there's a nice picture in a book. Like, look at this little back shed with a path. So I may not have something in mind for it, but yeah, this one's pretty. So the ones that I know that I'll use at some stage, you know, like this. The ones that I know I'll use, I'm just going to leave in here. The ones that I don't think I'll use, you know, by itself, I'm going to pull out and maybe see if I can just incorporate it in the collage. See, this one I would use by itself. I know, sometimes there's kind of no reasoning behind my craziness. Leave him by himself, even though it's a rose. Like, I don't know, tree. I was thinking of a woodsy type journal. Okay, so I'll pull those out. Might have enough there. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh my gosh, I didn't realise I had this many in here. What else is in here besides gardening magazine rubbish? Pull those guys out. Look how lush and green that is. Isn't that gorgeous? See, something like this I've kept. Not sure what at this stage, but I just thought if I ever do a green themed journal, maybe that could go in there or something. Look at this farmyard journal. So cool. I love backyards with rusty tractors and wheelbarrows with plants in them. And okay, so these are a bunch of, whenever I pull apart books, if there's a picture in there, I keep it, whether it's something I'll use or not. Like, see that? What would I use that for? Wartime journal. Don't know. Some religious ones. Oh, these were out of some children's books. Okay, there's some little flowers. Mushrooms. Of course, you're going to pull the mushrooms out. Might use this guy. Lollipops. These are probably books that I use for collage at some stage. I can't even remember pulling these apart. Mushrooms. If I see a mushroom on anything, I always keep it. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to find a mix of flowery stuff. So pictures, diagrams, you know, like little line drawings like this. Yep, there's a couple. This must have been some little fairy book by the looks of it. Oh, Chrissy. Okay, Chrissy Phillips was going to make a gnome journal. So, oh, actually that must have been the book, The Enchanted Wood. And I know she was after some mushrooms, so I can save you some of those, Chrissy. Look at this. What was this out of? I don't even remember. Might be a Reader's Digest. Look at these gorgeous old pictures. So beautiful. I love black and white pictures. Okay, more books, no flowers there. Looks like something on the Kennedys. I often have a big range of different types of books because, well, I rescue books from everywhere, like the ones in the curbside cleanup. If you didn't see that, I'll put the link in the comments box below, just so you can see what people throw out. So those people that complain about crafters pulling apart books, well, I feel we're saving them. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Old coin on an old map. Lady in a big green dress. I don't know. I don't know why I would have that. It's pretty, but look at this. How cool is this picture? You can see the newspaper. I don't want to say that word because the YouTube bots pick up on it and flag your video. I was telling my friend James, sorry, this is not all going to be just sorting pictures, don't worry. I just want to show you from start to finish what I'm doing. Yeah, I was telling my friend James the other day, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? That one of my videos got flagged for inappropriate language. And it was one of my older videos. And I was going through the video and I'm like, did I swear? The most I would have ever said in a video maybe crap or, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I was watching the video over and over and over. I'm like, there are no swear words. See, the first time I watched it on fast forward, because I can't watch myself. I'm so boring. The first time I watched it, is that Oriental? Pull that out for Sue. Yeah, the first time I watched it on fast forward, and I thought, oh, I must have missed something. And I rewatched it in normal time. nothing. And I thought, why is it flagging this for inappropriate language? So I turned subtitles on, and I thought maybe it's something in the subtitles that it's picked up. And sure enough, I found, because when YouTube flag you and they say they've demonetized your channel or whatever, demonetized your video, they don't tell you exactly what is wrong. They just tell you a reason, like inappropriate language. You know, they didn't tell me, you know, the timeline on the video. You know, if they said at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, you could go straight to there and see what it is, but they don't. So I put the subtitles on, and I found what it was. It was in the subtitles. So just a hint, if you have it demonetized and you don't know why, turn subtitles on and it might be in there. Anyway, so the subtitles must be my accent. When I say can't, C-A-N apostrophe T, as in cannot, it picked it up as the C-U. Leave a pause, N-T. So I was like, oh, what? So yeah, it picked it up for that. And anyway, so all you have to do is hit review and let them know. Anyway, they put the monetization back on and fixed it. It was just funny. Actually, I had a good laugh about it. James and I were laughing about it yesterday. My friend James. Okay, I've got some scrapbook paper books. And if you've been with my channel for a while, you would know I don't actually use scrapbook paper. One, I don't buy it because I'm a recycle crafter and I only use recycled stuff. I will buy a book if I see it at an op shop, because I always think I'll find find something to do with it. These I've had for quite a while, and I bought 4 of these books at the same time. They were all exactly the same. Anyway, so haven't really used it, but I think I've used some little bits, like this little reindeer pages. I put in some mini Christmas journals once, but you know, like this, it's just not something that I would use. It's not my style. It's not my thing. I don't know, like these. And I suppose people cut them up. But yeah, it's just not something I'd use. So maybe this I would use. Actually, that's quite pretty. And if I had have seen this, I would have thrown them in my bird packs that I made the other day. But something like this, roses is not my thing. If I use this, I would probably coffee dye it and then give it a wash of gesso to grunge it up a bit, because it's just not my thing. But I will rip some up and use it in some collages. So oh, and there's 4 pages of each. Damn. Okay, might use one of that. Any other flowers? See, I like this, but not this. Actually, this is where I put the bird pages. Where was it? Oh, I've lost it. Oh, there's flowers. There were some swans in here. Oh, yeah, I put some of those in my bird packs. Because I just wouldn't use it. If I did use it, I'd probably cut out each little swan. Actually, this I don't mind. Ooh. I kind of like this as well. I might pull out 2 of those. Okay. Yeah, I found 4 books of these at an op shop, and they were like, I think they were like $1 each or $1.50 each or something. And I was like, oh, I don't like the pages. It's not something that I'd use, but maybe others would use it. So if I can pick stuff up cheap, then I can make my, you know, themed packs and stuff cheap in my Etsy shop. So if it's something others can use, I try and pick it up if it's still a good price. That way I can keep my pack prices down and stuff. This was another one. And in fact, I don't think this one's very old. I found 2 of these at an op shop maybe a week or 2 ago. And I'm pretty sure I saw this in Aldi not long ago. Because I did pick up some of their gel medium. No, their texture paste. And I'm pretty sure this was one from Aldi. Actually, they kind of look like the same, I don't know, same brand. But this one, yeah, definitely, I wouldn't use anything. Maybe the leaves, maybe the solid colours, I don't know. But something like this, I don't know, Hawaiian journal or something. But I suppose I'm looking at it in its entirety, and I know when you use scrapbook papers, a lot of people cut them down into bits, but I guess when I look at scrapbook paper, I'm a bit stunted. Like something, I can think of more things to do with this book page than a scrapbook paper. I know, it's kind of backwards to what other people. I might rip 2 of these off. Now, I may not be using all of this, but should I use one of those? Maybe not. But I'm just going to pull them out anyway, and we'll see. So I want to do some big collage sheets and chop them up to make some tags and stuff. Okay, so let me get rid of these. Now I found this, Wildflowers of Britain, at the op shop a while back. Must have already started pulling it apart, but had just little specimens which I really liked. You know, little samples. Thought that was very pretty. Actually, there may not be flowers in there. See, aren't these gorgeous? Nothing really flowery in here, is there? Or does it need to be? Okay, I might just pull out a few of these pages. I'm just going to rip these babies out. I love this book. This is the person that just ripped them out. Do you like this one? one more. Maybe this. Okay, I have no idea what this mishmash of flowers is going to look like collaged down. I mean, this is very loud. I might tissue paper over this or something. Okay, what else have I got? I don't actually have a lot of flower books, to be honest. I know people think I have this great big book hoard, but most of my books are old books that I collect because I'm a big reader and I love old books. So I read a lot, plus I collect old books. Okay, this is a book on decorative painting, folk art. And I know they always paint little flowers and stuff, so I thought there might be some flowers in this. Maybe this. Okay, let's chop that baby out. Oh, okay. I see some flowers. We'll take that guy. This is a nice picture. Oh, mine came up. That's a nice picture. You're sitting there painting. Ah, I do like this. See on the back, it's just got a chair against a mud brick wall or something. Bird cage. It's nice. Okay, but I'm going to cut these little baby pictures, these flowers out. I just want the tags to be florals, but very random, as are all my tags. I know people look for cohesive stuff, but see, these would make nice trims in journals. Little paper edges or belly bands. How am I going for time? I'm probably talking to myself. My camera probably stopped. Oh, see, I love that old picture there. I might keep that one, although I will get rid of this one. This reminds me of wallpaper. Ooh, okay. I can put some wallpaper in here. I think I've got some flowery wallpaper. Okay, I think I might have enough. See, these are the pictures I really love. Look how cool. It's just a chair on a wooden deck with a sack of potatoes. So cool. Okay, I'm going to go grab some flower wallpaper and I shall be back. Ooh, look at this door. I love big old doors. I just love old rustic, primitive type things. Oop, I'll cut that out. Okay, I'm going to go grab some wallpaper and I'll be back in a tick. Okay, so found this wallpaper. And I might use some of that. Oh, I found these Australia Post brochures. These were some brochures they had at Christmas, and I don't know, I picked 2 up just because it had flowers on them. So I might chop those. Let me quickly see if there's anything else I want here. Just want to get rid of some books as well that I may not use. Okay. Okay, that's it. And get rid of that. Okay. Got my pile of stuff. So what I was thinking of just doing some just random collages with florals, but ones that don't have a focal image. So it's just like all over craziness. No focal image. But so they're not too crazy, I might just put some book page in as well. Plus, never miss an opportunity to get rid of book pages. I might leave, I don't know what this book is. A few book pages. Generally, I just grab some from different books because, you know, the colour of the pages are a little different. And I might put some music paper in, hey? Okay, now I'm going off on a tangent, I know. Stop. Okay. Got a random sheet of music paper here. Okay. I need more room on my desk. Can you see? Yeah. Okay, glue stick. I'm just going to use a glue stick for these. Actually, I'll just trim that open. Where's my cutter? Oh, and a few people, thank you everyone for checking in. I get a lot of emails and messages on Facebook and even messages through my Etsy shop. Just checking up on how's your hand or how's your foot or anything like that. I haven't really been giving updates on my channel much. Oh, maybe I have and I just don't realise. But yeah, I don't look. Typically I'm not a big I'm not someone that talks about myself a lot in real life, and it's something that I've had to learn to do for YouTube, because I know when you follow a channel, and I realise there's a lot of people that just stop in to watch one video, but I know if you've subscribed to a channel and you're one of those people that watch every video, and I have quite a few of those, I know sometimes you like to know what's happening in the non-crafty side of life as well. So I have had to learn to open up a little for my YouTube channel. So, but otherwise I'm typically a very private person. I don't talk about my kids or show you much of my life or anything like that. But I get it, some people like it because I like that sort of thing too. the channels I follow. I like seeing a bit of their real life. So, but yeah, thank you everyone that has asked. I've, my left hand is still in a brace actually. I know it is a lot better. You know, at one stage I couldn't even pick up a piece of paper with this thumb without being in a lot of pain. It is a lot better, but it's still quite bad. So, and my foot, I'm still in a moon boot. I can't get my foot operated on within a 6-month period of my eye operation. So, and there's reasons behind that, besides the usual doctor's concerns. Might make this one big page. Anyway, so let's rip that baby off. You can leave these bits on if it doesn't matter. You're going to glue over them anyway. I just thought it easier to rip the babies off. Yeah, so my foot is still in a moon boot, but it's not as bad. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? My hands isn't as bad, but my foot is still pretty bad. Okay, so I'm just going to rip random bits up and glue them down. I'm not going to worry about the white edging on some of it because it's just going to be glued down and glued over. You know, the edges will be glued over. So what I'll do, I'll just glue a whole bunch of stuff and then I'll cut it to tag size. And then if there's little individual tags that you don't like, you can always just put another little image or something on top. Now you can use whatever glue. I know a lot of people like to use a wet glue with a paintbrush to do this. But I just prefer glue stick. Now I don't know how this is going to turn out. I haven't done one with all florals like this before, so it may look a little bit tragic. We'll see. Okay, I was just, in my mind, I was just going to think, how big are the tags going to be and where am I going to cut them to try and picture my layout? But no, don't do that. Just glue. Don't think, just glue. Oh, actually, do you know what? I want to add one more thing. This is something I don't, usually when I collage, I don't like to pull out a whole bunch of stuff. I usually just use rubbish around me, but I will just pull out one more thing. I think I had some junk mail with pretty pictures. Pretty flower pictures. Let me pull out one more thing. Okay, these are making me hungry. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, these. See, stuff like this, you can use that in collage as well. See, there's blue on that side. This one's really pretty though. Any others? I think I've got another one of those. Where is it? We get so much junk mail. Oh, this is exactly the same. Okay, we'll just pull those out. So what I usually do as I go, you know, I've got these little tubs that I just sort stuff. So when I might do a craft room tour maybe one day. I'll show you how I sort stuff. Things like flower images and all that. I've just got these little files I just chuck everything in, and I have been asked a lot for a craft room tour, but I don't know. I was going to do one, but I don't know. I just have all these reasons why not to do it, and I just have not done it. This might be a bit big. I'm just thinking the tags that I have in mind were smaller-ish. Maybe I've done that a bit too big. Anyway, press on. Oops, I ripped that, made it wrinkly. This one is a really nice pattern. Let's use the rest of that. Oh, my garbage is full. And I have gluing issues, don't I? I like to use a lot of glue. Where do I want this? Maybe I should have done this as a live video since it's going to be so long. That's okay, I'll chop stuff out. Now, I've been quite slack with my book pages. You know, I used to sit there and make sure there were no naughty words or something, but yeah, I kind of don't want to waste the time anymore. Plus, I'm so blind that even if I do look, I probably miss words anyway. See, instinct was to cut off the straight edge, but I'll just make sure I glue over the straight edges because I don't want to be left with another scrap of paper in my scrap box. My scrap box is so out of control at the moment. It's crazy. Like really out of control. So I've seen everyone doing collages lately and, you know, coming up with these masterboards or something to scan. But okay, I'll probably offend people now, but I'm not a fan of that, to be honest, because I think when you come up with a collage, the beauty of it is that it's just so unique because it's one of a kind. And I don't know, scanning it, it's no longer one of a kind. Also, I think the thing I love about collages is once it's, you know, all finished, just the feel and the texture of the whole thing, because there's, you know, different papers that they're different thicknesses and, you know, some are glossy, some are matte, some are thick, some are thin. You know, depending what paper you use, some might be bumpy. And I think once you scan it and print it, you lose all of that. Then it just becomes a flat image. And I don't know. think I've made my pieces too big, eh? Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the digitals, I suppose. Having said that, I do actually want to do some digitals. Not to sell, but just because to kind of share with people, because I have a lot of old papers. And if you notice, I don't use a lot of old papers besides music paper and that in my journals, and that's because when I find them, I just have trouble cutting them up. I just think they're so beautiful, and yeah, I have trouble using them. Now here, I was going to trim that, wasn't I? But I completely forgot. But don't worry if it's not a straight edge, because you're going to trim it at the end anyway. This is a beautiful picture of a painting. So nice. Okay, what else do I want? I want some more little things like this in there. Now that scrapbook paper went into my scrap box as well. See what I mean? My scrap box just keeps getting bigger and bigger by the day. What I should do actually is make myself do 10 collage tags a day out of my scrap box. And that way it has to go down, doesn't it? Maybe not. It's just so big. This kind of edged along some colour, maybe there. What else? I'm not going to use this white guy because I think it blends in too much. Should have ripped this one. No, don't like that there. Don't like it there either. Okay, let's get some of this ugly scrapbook paper in. Oh gosh, I feel like my pieces are too big. Maybe I should have just ripped these into squares instead of, you know, uneven pieces. Since this has got a square corner, I'm just going to stick it in the corner. See, I don't think that this paper would be too bad once it's all ripped up and lost amongst other paper. Making them too big now, aren't I? This is why I go through so many glue sticks. them down a little. I don't know about this music paper. Kind of want one that the bars are closer together. But it's pulled out now, so it's going in. I'm thinking too much. I was going to cut that off, but I'll just leave it on because I'll rip it. I'll glue over it anyway. What else? This is what happens if you pull out too much stuff. You end up shuffling through everything. I'm going to use some more of this. I only pulled out so much because I want to do up about 10. I want to do about 10 envelopes. Now this is probably going to be a super long video. I probably should have just done it as a live. But you can watch as little or as much as you like. I know some people like the craft with me type videos. Some don't. Do whatever makes you happy. Where do I want this guy? I don't want him on there yet. Okay, where's some of the other? I need more music paper. Really want to get rid of this guy as well. That paper is so thick and shiny, sometimes it's hard to stick down. Oh, I'm so happy to be getting rid of some of this paper. I just don't like it. See, I don't mind one little flower like that, but I just don't like the whole sheet. It's so, like, over the top. Where do I want you? Put you over here. get rid of some more of this. Yeah, the other 4 books, not this book, this is the one I found recently, but the other 4 books, I've had those, oh my gosh, at least, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years even. And I just have no idea how to get rid of it. I will eventually get rid of it. But this year, I would like to use up some stuff, because one thing I did find when I was moving from my old craft room to my new craft room is that I have too much crap. And I think a lot of us know that feeling, but mine isn't, I suppose if I ever did my craft room tour, you would realize mine isn't normal stuff that crafters would like, I suppose. I mean, I've got like, you know, box of chip packets or noodle packets, or, you know, just stuff like that. It's not actually proper craft supplies, but I've got too much of all that sort of stuff, so I really want to start getting rid of a lot of stuff. I need to do some more upcycle projects, things that, you know, I would normally do by myself in my craft room. Okay. I'm still hogging these, aren't I? Kind of want these to go on top. Oh, I hate when there's good stuff on the front and back. See, I really like those as just little individual journal cards. Let me get another page. Okay, this one. See, I kind of like these on top of, do you mean if this was all filled, put that on top? I'm just going to put something there. This is the thing I said about don't worry about placement, and then I go and worry about placement. Yeah. I know. Easier said than done, hey? The reason that placement doesn't really matter is because when you chop it up, it's so random that it's not going to be seen, like it's not going to be seen in that same position anyway, so don't worry about it. But I say that, but then I still go and do it myself. Oh, my bin is too full. My recycle bin's it's overflowing. I was chopping up wine boxes from the supermarket to use, you know, when I send out papers from my Etsy shop to keep them flat, and I've got all the little end bits of cardboard in there filling it up. Oh, that's just slightly too small. Oh. I'm going to leave a little gap there. What can I shove in that gap? Just trying to fill that gap there and there. Didn't quite reach. Dull. Okay, where's some more? Let me get rid of this guy that I left sitting there. I reckon I would have done about 3 of these in this time. 3 envelopes in this time. For some reason, when I put that camera on, I stuff about. I've said that before on my channel, but I really do. I don't know why. I just shuffle through the papers looking for stuff that I know is, you know, I know what's here. I really want to get rid of some of these flower pictures. Actually, where's that Australia Post brochure? You can cut these out. You don't have to rip them. I just rip because it's quicker and easier. Ooh, this is a bit big, isn't it? Maybe too big. I'd have to rip him in half. Probably won't look like flowers by the time I'm finished with it. See, I pick up collage papers from everywhere. I mean, I know I pulled a lot of these from books, but usually things like junk mail, brochures and all that, if I'm wherever I am, if I see a brochure or something that I think I can use, yeah, usually I'll just pick it up, and I'll pick up a couple. So this one, I grabbed 2 of the brochures. I figured it was just after Christmas anyway, so these, they would have tossed them in the bin any day. I probably should have just asked if I can just take the whole pile, because I'm sure I think it was like 3 or 4 days after New Year's Day actually, and I'm sure the post office would have been tossing those in the bin any day because they were for Christmas, so they were no longer relevant. Why didn't I just take them all? I don't know. That was pretty slack of me. I'm running out of room to put bits that I want to put. So usually I like book page as a bit of a filler to separate images, because sometimes when they run into each other, it's a bit too much. Like I feel I need something white there. Does that make sense? Let me show you what I mean. Something, you know, something like this. What I should have done is just ripped a whole bunch of pieces up before I turn the camera on. That's okay. This is a cute little blue flower. I'm going to put that over the edge because I will trim that white bit off. Okay, what I might do is keep gluing. Maybe I'll speed this up if I can figure out how to do it on the editing software. If not, I guess you'll just hear me blabbering on. Where do I want this guy? I want him there. Oh, why did I leave that little teeny dots there? I don't know. Okay, what I might do is oh no, I'll speed it up. That's what I'll do. Just wanted that sitting on top. Okay, so this is the final sheet. I have done the back and I've jumped the gun and I've started cutting it up. But I thought what I would do, because this video is quite long, I know it's a craft with me, but it's still quite long. I'm going to finish cutting this up and then I'll be back in another video to show you the final tags and journal cards. If you've hung out this long, thanks for hanging out and crafting along with me, and I'll see you in the next video.